Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever this video comes across your feed. Welcome into the channel Intuitive Moon 1111 Tarot. So basically, I'm going to be focusing on the full moon in Virgo that will peak on March 3rd, obviously depending on where you are in the world. So the energy of this moon is for us to get practical. So Virgo energy is very detailed and very practical. It is to improve our overall health, all right? So relationships, career, finances, your personal growth, and it can be your spirituality. It's a combination of everything in your world that could need to be organized, taken a look at, structured differently. To bring order and balance, all right? So I'm starting off with Virgo energy. Now, I'm not saying this is your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, okay? When you are on my channel, please understand that it is Virgo energy. We embody all 12 signs of the zodiac. If we have no planets, we do have a house, okay? So realistically, any of the zodiac signs that I post on this channel can relate to any of you, okay? Please keep that in mind. I will link a video that I did introducing it's the introduction of the full moon in Virgo. I will link that video in the description box of this video. So if you want to look into that, it will explain to you my personal experience so I can explain. It just basically explains, like me, I don't have any Leo planet placements, but I have a house. And over the past a little over a month, I've had some things going on with me, and it does coincide with what's happening with the Leo energy, okay, during this full moon coming up. Okay, so with that being said, I don't want to talk too much about that, but I will link it. So Virgo energy placements, all right? This is about personal revelations, right? So a desire for renewal, self-care, all right? And setting intentions for the year ahead, showing yourself compassion, all right? So what I want to do is I want to take a look at, I'm going to do the astrology dice. We're going to start off and we're going to see for the Virgo energy, what energy are we picking up? What house, please? For the full moon in Virgo, what house energy are we picking up? Okay, so we're looking at the 5th house. This is children, leisure, dating, and your creativity. So there could be something there that you want to bring some order to. All right, fair enough. So I'm going to go over to the tarot. Let's take a look at the past, present, and future of the 5th house for Virgo energy, please. Give me 3 cards. Past, present, and future for the 5th house, Virgo energy. And I hope you're doing well. Welcome into the channel if you're new. Please be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, share with anybody you feel that might benefit from this type of information. Okay, I'd love to grow the channel. I do have another channel that I've been on for a few years. That is Intuitive Dreams 1111 Tarot. There are more than 1,700 videos and shorts. Okay. All right. And please, if you feel the need, you can subscribe over there as well. All right, 3 cards, please. Past, present, and future. Wow, okay. 3 fell right out. Oh, okay. So we've got the 6 of Wands in reverse for the past. We have I guess I'll show you. Okay. We have the 2 of Cups in the present moment. And we have the 6 of Swords in the reverse for the future, relating to the 5th house. So it looks like in the past, there could have been something that was delayed for you, basically regarding a partnership. So the partnership can mean whatever that means to you. The 2 of Cups can mean romantic, okay? Because you've got the 5th house, it is dating. It can be a connection with creativity. You could have been collaborating with somebody in the past. And then partnership can be, your children. Or it could be a connection with maybe parents, right? When you were a child. So whatever that partnership means to you, it will be different for everybody because it is a collective, okay? There is no perfect science to this. That's why I keep it very open for you, all right? So there was some sort of either frustration, blockage, ego got in the way of whatever this was for you in the 5th house. So disappointment, okay? Something wasn't successful. In the current moment, the 2 of Cups is the partnership. So there's probably some chaos going on in a partnership, whatever that means to you, whether it's, like I said, the dating, creativity, your children, whatever partnership that is for you. In the past, there was obstacles, right? There was something that wasn't going that was successful. In the future, we've got the 6 of Swords in reverse. So that's a lot of unfinished business. So during the full moon on March 4th, it's going to highlight, because that's what the full moons do. They hit the peak. It shows, it highlights areas of our life that we need to take a look at. We need to have real conversations about, clear out the baggage, and whatever instability, right? It's also, the 6 of Swords in reverse is about delayed travel, okay? Now, leisure is in your 5th house. So some of you could have very easily had obstacles about getting balanced with yourself about maybe taking a trip, taking a vacation. And so in the future, you may come across some challenges and some delays. Keep in mind, we are in the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde in Pisces. So it doesn't officially start until the 26th, but we are in the pre-shadow, okay? That retrograde goes all the way out until, because the post-shadow goes through April 9th. So you could be experiencing delays in the future if you are, frustrated, it's chaotic with, what's going on in your life. And now you're like, okay, all right, I'm going to book a trip with somebody that you are in a connection with, whatever connection that may be. It could be parents, it could be lovers, it could be a friend. You know, it could be anybody. Two of Cups is just a connection and two people harmonizing the same way. So you and another person could be wanting to travel, but in the future, you could be facing delayed travel, right? Plans could change for you. So keep that in mind. So let's go. I want to get a little more on this partnership for the current energy for the Virgo. Let's try and get a little more on this partnership. You know, because like I said, it can be marriage, it can be love, it can be a soulmate. All right. Tell me about this Two of Cups. Well, I'll be dang. You got the Six of Wands in the upright. And that was the past energy. Okay. So whatever obstacles you had in the past with this partnership, in the current moment, current timeline, it's like the obstacles are lifting for you. All right. So again, whatever partnership that is. Oh my God, are you kidding me? The Two of Cups again. The exact same two cards, except in the past it was a struggle. There was delays, frustrations, doubts, disappointments. Give me one more. Wow. Nice. Nine of Swords in the reverse. So whatever struggles you had in the past with this partnership, you're overcoming them in the current energy of right now. All right. There is no more stress or anxiety. It is completely harmonized. You're overcoming every obstacle that you had with the Six of Wands in reverse from the past. So you're working on this. So let's go over this is beautiful. I love seeing this. So I why should I be surprised though? Virgo, you, the Virgo energy. So it is detailed, right? You do not like chaos. So it is a strong trait of you, okay, to want to harmonize whatever happened in your past. Wow. All right, so let's go over to the Six of Swords in reverse. The unfinished business. Baggage, delays. Six of Swords in reverse, please. Five of Cups in the reverse. Okay. This looks nice. Page of Swords. The Magician. Wow. Man. Okay. So in the future, during this full moon, you and this partnership, okay, you're going to be learning. So you're going to focus on what was unfinished. Even though you had some issues in the past, you're harmonizing now, okay? You're working on what the obstacles were in the future because you're clearing up this unfinished business, okay? You're learning that you can talk about the past. You can learn about what happened in the past. But you and this person, whoever this person is to you, you will be learning to let go after dealing with that past energy and having the willpower and the tools to get over any unfinished business. If you experience delays in travel, you are going to get over it, right? You're going to go with the flow. It's not going to upset you. You're not going to feel like there's any regrets, right? And this is actually a time where you're actually learning more about each other, which makes successful partnerships, relationship with children, whoever, moving on into the further future. You're learning. Wow. All right. So now I got to know. I probably should have started there, but I didn't. I have a lot of Gemini energy. So real quick, I should probably give you some of the signs. So we do have Virgo, Gemini. Okay. We've got a little Scorpio. We've got Cancer. We've got Leo. Gemini again. Okay. Yeah, Gemini, Virgo, yeah. Okay, so tell me, what was this past? Okay, so we have the King of Swords that technically landed out on the side. Okay. Oh, we've got the High Priestess in reverse. And we have the World and some majors in the past. So there was definitely lessons that needed to be learned. Remember I said with the Page of Swords, you were learning in the future about getting over things that were happening in the past. So with the King of Swords on the side, the High Priestess in reverse, and the World. So the World is about closing out cycles, closing out obstacles, delays, frustrations, disappointments, and the World is also about travel. So if you weren't able to successfully travel in the past, you could have had money problems, maybe your work schedules, were not connecting up enough for you two to be able to do that, whatever it was. Others of you, just frustrations and delays in the partnership, whatever that was for you, the King of Swords on the side is not really listening to your intuition, right? Your intuition was off. With the High Priestess in reverse means, you're not listening to your true higher self, right? There could have been feelings being hidden. And when things are hidden, you're not able to come to any conclusions, right? So which is why this relationship had the obstacles it did in the past. Because it's like you weren't you may have been thinking too logically rather than listening to yourself. And so it caused delays in closing out an old cycle with this person. Okay? So let's go. I want to go find out what was the shadow of this partnership. What was the shadow? Shadow integration. Healing comes when you stop fighting your darkness and instead learn from it. And that's exactly what you're doing in the future. You know, because in the current moment, you have the Nine of Swords in reverse. So it's like coming out of the anxiety of maybe not taking the time like you will be in the future, because you're going to be learning in the future to have these discussions, to learn about each other, listening to your intuition over the logic, and to learn to delve in to the obstacles, the darker side of the relationship, instead of, you may have actually just been avoiding it, right? Because, you know, you got to say, with the King of Swords, you know, swords is thoughts and it's communication. So the communication may have been off because you and this person were not listening to your inner selves. So if you weren't listening to your inner self, you were not communicating that through. So it almost leads me to believe that maybe there wasn't a lot of communication, and now in the future, okay, with the Page of Swords and the Magician is about communication, right? So it rules Mercury. Mercury is very much communication. So I think I'm talking to somebody who's had a partnership where there just hasn't been enough communication. So therefore there was blockages. And now moving into the future, you're learning from it. And you're not going to have that anymore. Like, your partnership is now going to be successful. You're overcoming, learning to deal with the shadow side. And it looks to me, really, basically, the shadow side is not communicating. And so you take that partnership as it, you know, fits into your life. It will be different for everybody, okay? So this is what I have for you for the full moon in Virgo for March 3rd. Keep in mind, this is Virgo energy. So if this isn't relating to you, and you are not currently having any kind of communication issues or blockages when it comes to, like, you know, travel and leisure, your children, or your dating or creativity where you're collaborating with somebody, then make sure you check out the other sign placements as they are posted. Okay? So I hope this finds you well. I love each and every one of you, and I hope that you continue to join me on this journey, and hit the subscribe, like button, share, comment. Until the next full moon, I will talk to you soon.